guys, girls, and everyone in between. This is Meta Natasha again, aka Black Kitten 0069, coming to you again for part 2 of what is age play. So the reason why there was a need to do a part 2 was because I started getting a lot of love from adult babies. I love you guys. I really do. But I'm not into infantilism or adult babyisms. I'm not into that. I'm sorry. I just appreciate adults wearing diapers, and that's about it. That's pretty much the cutoff for me. So I decided to do a video to go more into depth, even though I touched briefly on each age play and different aspects, to describe more in depth about it and more in depth on different categories, and hopefully talk about sexual orientations as well, and another little small aspect that is also a part of the whole age play circle. So let's first start with our first topic, our first group, which is our adorable adult babies. This age play is normally between 0, which is newborn, and toddlers, which could be 2 years old. They love playing a 2-year-old because they can be the terrible twos and have the tantrums and all that good stuff. These people normally are from the ages of my age and older. However, I am starting to see a lot of young people who could be teenagers and 20 years in the 20s who are into this as well. Like there was a little baby who I was communicating with for a little bit, and who was in another part of Texas. I won't say exactly. I think San Antonio, Texas. Who was so adorable, but I couldn't get past him actually using his pamper or diaper. I couldn't get past that point of changing an adult's diaper, number 1 or number 2. I couldn't get past that part. So, yeah, we never met, and we just decided that it was not in the best interest for us to ever meet or, ever try to play together. Because these people do use their diapers, and they do expect you to change them. There was a person in back home where I'm originally from New York, used to go in the club and the play parties and go around asking people, "Will you change my diaper?" He was a little princess, and that was actually my first encounter of adult baby. He was way older than me, and yeah, and I was kind of like made my skin crawl, but I cannot knock anyone's kink. But I just told him politely no. Yeah. So those people also normally set up their personal bedroom to look like a nursery. They have adult cribs. They wear, baby clothes, onesies, and, little girl dresses, and etc. They are normally very crafty people. Like, the majority of the community, they build their own stuff, their own little, cribs and playpens and changing tables and etc. If they don't build it themselves, they normally buy it. A lot of them make their own clothes. If they don't make it themselves, they'll get a good friend that won't really, say anything and, and have them make it for them. If above anything else, you can always buy these things. I will put links down below of where you can get adult cribs and adult baby clothes. Um, Again, this stuff is kind of expensive, very expensive. If you don't have a lot of money, you can start very small, very, very small. Adults, diapers, you can find anywhere, you know, Walgreens, CVS, Strain Reed, wherever you go, you know, that has pharmaceutical area, you can find an adult diaper. You don't have to be ashamed or embarrassed of buying these things because they don't know who you're buying it for. You know, you walk in there, they're not going to be like, haha, you're an adult lady, aren't you? They're not going to do that. All they care about is if you can pay for your item that you're checking out. Do you have money on in your pocket? Do you have money in your cart? That's all they care about. They don't care if you're buying adult diapers. They don't know who you go. You can buy it for a sick aunt or sick grandmother or, you know, somebody in your family. They would never know. You can, as far as toys or, you know, pacifiers or, you know, thermometers and stuff like that nature, you can go to Dollar Tree, you can go to Dollar General, you can go to Toys R Us when they're having, or Babies R Us, or when they're having 50 to 60% off of toys and just load up. You can even shop online if you're embarrassed to buy these things. Again, these people don't know who you're buying these things for. The cash register cashier is not going to ask, oh, you have a baby? If they do, be like, yes, my wife was expecting, or yeah, I just got a brand new niece, or make up something if they ask, which I doubt they ask at all. Again, they just worry about can you pay for these items. So, yeah, adult babies are their ages of 0 to toddler years old, which, like I stated, I think 2 years old is toddler. I'm not really, because I'm a mom, I don't really consider like a 3 and a 4 year old as a toddler because they're pretty much school age and they're running around and getting into anything and tearing up your house. So I don't think that's a toddler. These people who play as adult babies are between the ages of, I'm going to say between the teens and up. That's more like it. But I see the majority are my age, which I'll never tell my age, and publicly, and over to like 60 years of age. So yeah, that's that category. Another one, the other category is a child. So I would consider a child between the ages of 3 and, you know, like 9 years old, which would be considered a child. I don't really see people playing that or role playing that situation. I did one time with my teen boy. We interacted like he was in preschool, and you know, stuff like that. And that was a really, really hot night. I had to give myself a minute remembering that, but I won't go into details of that night. There was a lot of water involved. I do remember that. Yeah, I don't really know or see people play that. I had to get my fan. Whew. I'm sorry. So, I don't really see that many people playing that, role playing that area or that genre of the child. I'm pretty sure there's people out there, and again, the age is for whoever wants to play the role. I'm going to put it as that. Whoever wants to play the role of the child, then by all means go for it. You might never know. You might have a hot experience too. So, the next age is the one I'm more familiar with, which would be the teen. The teen is between the ages of middle school to high school years of age. My boy, Tim, was 19 at the time, which I stated before, and I was 30 something. Again, never will reveal my age. So this made the play more realistic to me. I think that the sub, or being younger than the top, makes the child's, whatever child that you want to be, either infant up to teen, to be younger, it makes it more realistic. However, I have seen people who play these roles who are the same age and who are the top is actually younger than the sub. That doesn't make it wrong. It's whatever, it's whatever you enjoy personally. This is your kink. This is not anyone else's kink. You do not have to go by my rules and regulations. You make up things as you go. Let's get into the sexual orientations. Now, as I stated before, the role playing of any characteristics, the sub, top, the basic dynamic, whatever dynamic it is, maybe after it, whatever you decide to role play after that is entirely up to you and the sub. But the basic dynamic is for the sub to basically grow and to their sexual orientation, whatever their sexual orientation may be. There are more, in our community, there is more sexual orientations than just being male and female, or bisexual, or, a lesbian, or just regular transgender. It goes way beyond that. So I've made a little list of what those sexual orientations are. And again, if I miss anything, please, I do apologize. I'm kind of, I'm still kind of stuck on the male-female aspect of it, but I'm learning. I don't think I knew everything. I just know enough to share my knowledge with others. So, the first on our list is pansexual. This is someone who is not limited to any sexual orientation. Rather, it's biologically the sexual orientation, or their gender, or their idea, well, what that person identifies themselves. Basically, a pansexual can fall in love with anybody. They're free-loving people. It doesn't matter who you are. They can be in a long-lasting relationship with a female and be just as happy forever, for a long-lasting relationship, or they can be in one with a male, same sex. It doesn't really matter to them. What it matters to a pansexual is the person themselves. If they have a good heart, or if they're, if they have great characteristics or qualities, that is what, is interested in the pansexual. It's not, their the person's gender. So yeah, that's that sexual orientation. Another one is the androgynous. I always mess this up. If you know what I'm talking about, then by all means, it's called androgynous. This person is what in other words considers a hermaphrodite. They when you see them, you can quickly identify them. Either one, they're more masculine, but they do have some feminine qualities, or they're more feminine and have male qualities or look male. So you're kind of confused. You're like, are you a man or are you a woman? And they're both at the same time. They're not either or. They're both. So that's that sexual orientation. Now there's homosexual. So this is someone who is attracted primarily to the same sex. That's basically another word for homosexual, homosexual, homoflexible. They're primarily, yeah, homosexual, basically. But they're also occasionally attracted to the opposite sex as well. So they're more, like your girl, you're more attracted to, your primary attraction is a female. That is your preference. That is your choice. But every now and again, you may like a guy. Or as, the vanilla say, you may need some deep in your life. Every now and again. Not often. Maybe every 6 months. Who knows when. But every now and again, you may need some deep. Or if you're a guy, you're primarily into guys, and every now and again, you may go out there and get some panani. It doesn't matter when. Whenever you feel the itch to go and get some panani, you get some panani. And when you want to get some deep, you get some deep. That's it. So, that's what homoflexible is. Now, and then there's heteroflexible. This is predominantly heterosexual, but not exclusively so. So they're not exclusively heterosexual. That means that they maybe every now and again, indulge in dating the same sex. So they're flexible, they're back and forth. I think that's more consistently to bisexuality, since they can have both partners at the same time. So yeah, heteroflexible. Then there's genderqueer. Identifies with more than one sexual identity. I don't think it's as easy as it sounds. I don't think that I can go to sleep tonight and be like, oh, I'm a woman, and tomorrow wake up and say, I'm a dude. I think it has a lot to do with the person's persona, psychologically, mentally, spiritually, where they are at this certain points of their life, and when they decide to switch, or switch roles, or go from one to the other. Fluctuating involving, which is my favorite one. This person or these people just decide, I don't want to be labeled. My sexuality is none of your business. I'm not sure what I am. That's what fluctuating involving is. They don't want a title to their sexuality. They refuse to have a title to their sexuality. It's involving because they're not sure what they want to be, or maybe they are sure that they want to be, but they feel like it's none of your business. So, those are the different sexual orientations that I know. Again, if I've missed anything, you can put it in your comments below, or, where I post this video at, the social network that I will be in this video on. Now it's time for the other little tiny small aspect of Ageplay, which is ABF. Yay! Jazz hands. ABF or ANR. And ABF is adult breastfeeding. ANR is adult nursing relationship. What better way to make Ageplay more realistic than the female top to be able to breastfeed her little one? I personally don't condone. Well, I cannot say I don't condone. I personally do not participate. That's a better word. I personally do not participate in this kind of play unless I'm in a relationship. I have done it one time outside of my relationship. At the time, I was having a bad situation. I was in a bad place in my relationship, and a friend of mine who does ABF professionally suggested that since I was so tense and so stressed out, for me to, nurse someone. So I put an ad on Craigslist, which quickly got taken down. A lot of my ads on Craigslist, whether it's for, that or certain other things, would always get taken down, and I eventually figured it out why. But that's another story. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it on YouTube. But one of the people who replied, and that I was able to communicate, I did go see him, and it just wasn't right for me. I actually ended up feeling a lot worse about the situation when it was said and done than I did before I went and met this person. I basically totally have to, when I'm putting myself in situations where it's not someone I care for, I normally have to separate myself from that person, from the act itself. I eventually have to put the person I care about in that person's place in my mind, and I would have to put it into a situation or a scene that, have either one has taken place or two, that I would like to take place. So that's what ended up happening, is I did not enjoy it personally, and I'll never do it again. However, I cannot knock people who do it. They want to bond with strangers, then fine. It's absolutely fine if that's what you want to do. But if it's a bonding experience between a mother and child, then it's even more so between someone you care about and yourself. That person is laying on your breast. They have their hand wrapped around your waist, and they're nursing off of you. They're looking up at you lovingly, and you're looking down on them, and it's that connection right there that is just awesome. Again, if you can do that with strangers, kudos. I congratulate you. I just can't. And as I stated, there are women out here, because it is in demand. So things, of course, they're in demand. You get to see a boob. The guy doesn't want to suck on a girl's breast, right? So it is done professionally. I think the average session is $500 to $700 an hour. It could be more depending on where you're located. And you can get this special treat for that kind of money. Again, I don't promote that. I'm just telling you what's out there. Okay? Yeah. So I think that's it for all Ageplay things. I hope I covered everything. If I haven't, then please leave a comment below that are nice. And people who are seeing this on the website, also make your comments known in the discussion. So we've covered adult babies, we've covered kids, we've covered teens, we've covered places to go to get your stuff, we've covered adult breastfeeding, and we've covered sexual orientation. Yay! Jazz hands. So, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I will be following up with, I think, info about being a top, or, pink in particular, a general. No, that's too many videos. Just being a top, being a dame. I'm going to discuss some things that hopefully could get you started. One, get you started. Two, a little bit more about the community and certain other things. Yeah. Oh, I got this from, I'd like to show you this. So I'm going to, So I got this from a beautiful dumb switch named Curious Ebony. We went on a fantastic date like a week ago. Um, I will update you on my dating as well. So I'll be making 2 videos. I'll update you on my dating so far as it is. It's not that lively, but every now and again I get trinkets like this, which is awesome. So yeah, bye for now.